So, hello everyone. Welcome to this video. It's so nice to see you, vocalists, musicians, music ministers, worship leaders, and the likes. It's so nice to have you here. Now, I'll just go straight to the point in this video and I'll talk about the other two things I said I was going to mention as part of the hindrances to being intentional. Intentional. If you notice, I had written that in capital letters because once you can allow that stick, your singing game is already transformed. And that's just the truth. Intentional about everything you want to do. So before I talk about the second point, let me just add a little. Let me just kind of round off on the fear that I talked about. Fear, fear is the worst thing that can happen to you. I said something that I said, um, you cannot learn all the vocal techniques you want before you start singing. So what's going to be happening? Does it mean you're not going to be singing all your life? So the truth is, with the one you know, bring it out. Bring it out. The people you see that are doing great things, it's just because they chose to believe in themselves. I wrote something that I said they chose to do it afraid. Do it afraid. There are some people that will learn so much, but they never bring out what they know. How will people get blessed? Okay? Believe in yourself, bring out what you can do. All right. So let's quickly talk about number 2 points. Now, one of the things that can also be a hindrance to being intentional is in your singing or intentional singing is lack of vocal development. What do I mean by this? To be honest with you, a lot of singers, a lot of them, they're not really doing anything to better themselves musically. They are not. Some people just believe, once I'm anointed, that's all that matters. They're not. And then you just believe that when you want to go there, you want to go and do magic. It's not possible. I want to give you a challenge. You don't need to learn every single thing. Decide on one thing, for instance. Okay, maybe riffs, or maybe um, vocal fry, or something. Pick one and start to work on it for your next ministration. Decide that I'm going to use this when I minister. Just one thing. You don't even need everything. Okay, just one thing. There are so many techniques, there's so many ways. Oh, is it developing your head voice? Is it increasing your range? Work on yourself, work on yourself. It will help you in the long run. Some of the singers you admire, don't you admire the way they can do this and they can do? You've heard some singers sing and you just like you're just odd, you're just flawed because you're like, man, this guy does this and this guy does that. This guy, it would help you a lot. So this is my challenge to you: learn, and keep learning. One day, it will speak. Okay. So you can't be intentional when you don't even. So in the first place, some people cannot be intentional because they don't have anything to give. When you have nothing in you, there's nothing to give out. Okay. So learn something so that you can have something to even be intentional about. So that's the second point. Let's quickly go to the third point. So the third and final point I'll be talking about in this video is number 3, insecurity. What I call insecurity. What is insecurity? Okay, or let me say like this is an insecure person. Oh, I'm not good enough. I cannot do that. I can never do that. I'm not just good enough. I'm not ready. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not you can how long will you continue telling yourself you're not ready? I'm not good enough. I'm not as good. An insecure person would always compare themselves with other people. And if you go to the word, it's a very dangerous thing. Bible says them comparing themselves with themselves. They are not wise. They are not wise. So you are insecure when you feel, oh, I don't have it as much as this person has. Who told you? All that person is doing is that they just believe in themselves. Okay? So please avoid insecurity, avoid comparing yourself. The one you know, to be honest with you, I realized something about people, like in the church congregation audience, everybody just wants to be blessed. Nobody really cares who goes there and who doesn't. So to be honest, that thing you think they are thinking about you, nobody's even thinking it. Everybody wants to be blessed. And even, the vocalists themselves, for you people that are in choir, for you people that are in teams, you want to be blessed by each other. How do you feel when another person is ministering and you're seeing what they're doing? You're admiring. So think of yourself like this. I have something to offer. I have something that someone else wants to see and learn from. Okay? That would encourage you to bring out what is in you. Don't ever feel insecure. You're not better than anybody. Nobody's better than you. We're all unique in our own way. All right? So please conquer insecurity, conquer fear. Develop yourself, learn something. I promise you, if you can work on two things, you can decide to take one new vocal skill per month. I must perfect riffs and runs this month or nothing. And remember, your riffs don't even have to be fast. So, for instance, this is fast. It's nice. But who said you cannot take a slow riff or riff and run? This is also beautiful. Learn these 3 points. Develop yourself. Learn new vocal techniques so that you can have something to give. Conquer fear. It won't help you. It won't help you. Once you cross that line, you have crossed it. Once you bring one new thing into a song, you would begin to bring one. Let me tell you a bit of my story before I round up. I used to do a lot of vocal work because me, I'm somebody that is so interested in vocal education, anything vocal singing. I'm always there. I was reading, I was trying, I was learning, I was going. But every time I go up to minister, I become afraid. I'm like, no, 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 no. Something I spent hours to learn. What was just holding me back was fear. Feeling that, oh my God, maybe my own would not sound good. That's insecurity. Okay. One day I just decided, okay, let me just try this one thing. And I tried it. And I saw that it worked. I was like, okay. And then gradually, I now started discovering ease. Of course, there's a place of prayer, waiting on the Lord, fasting, and all that. But I'm talking more about intentionality. I now decided to say, I will bring out this thing. Say what you want to say. Do your face like this. As long as I'm happy. And then my boldness started increasing, my confidence started increasing. I became, in a short while, I became at least a little bit better than I used to be. So please don't be like me. Don't be like me. Okay? Believe in yourself. Somebody wants to learn from you. You're admiring Mercy Chinwo today because she believed in herself and she brought out her sound. Nobody has it all good. Nobody gets it all perfect. I'll talk about that in another video. I'm going to talk about vulnerability. Okay? Being vulnerable. It's another thing to note. So anyway, I don't want this video to be too long, but I hope you've gained, I hope you've been blessed, and I hope you will change. I hope you will be intentional from today. Be intentional. Do those vocal styles, do those vocal skills. Someone else wants to learn from you, and someone else wants to be blessed by your own voice. Thank you so much. Bye.